Hey guys, what's up? It's Starlight here with another one, and you'll be watching some footage of me earlier on this year hunting the European bison, and I have a pretty cool trophy to show you guys from that hunt. So I decided while I'm setting up for the fox grind, I might as well bust out some old footage just to, not leave you guys hanging without any content. So here we go. And I do have an update on that fox grind. I won't be releasing a poll, but you'll see the reasons why, and I'll probably get into that towards the end of this video. So definitely stick around if you're interested. But my hunt today is about my piebald European bison. I am on the left-hand side of the map, and this is a good outpost to spawn in on. And you'll see that whole river system. That's what I will be hunting today. Now, of course, you won't see the whole hunt because, editing and all that fun shit, but, you get the gist. So you'll see what time I set it to. I definitely recommend that time, just where it does take a little bit of time to run down to the river system. But by the time you do get there, a lot of them will be in their drink zones. And I do use Lady Legends guides. I go on her Discord, and she has literally every single map, every single species drink zones, and the time that those species do drink. So I used my 300, but of course you want to take a loadout that can cover every species because you never know what you'll run across. So this hunt took place after a pretty shitty day at work, so I decided, you know what, let's go hit up my Hirschfelden map and see what I have on it and burn off some steam. So if you're trying to burn off some steam and you just have the base game, the two maps, Leighton Lakes and Hirschfelden, this might actually be pretty good for you. I know it was for me that day. But for those that don't know, I did level my person from level 1 or 2 to level 60 on just nothing but multiplayer. So I pretty much went back to my Hirschfelden map. It always delivered for me on multiplayer, so I was like, it's time to go see what I have on my own map, which I'm a little pissed off with myself that I had this piebald European bison just waiting on my map, but that's literally what I did it for. So I wanted to save, the cool trophies that I had and not go and mess anything up on my maps. So it paid off, it really did, and I have so much to still do, honestly. And you can see the second herd, which was pretty neat. I guess I spooked them when I was shooting that first set of bison, and then they just all started running towards me. So you know what? I was racking up some good money, And I was still kind of practicing on the controller with my shots, so bear with me. I promise I'm not as shitty as this. I can confidently say that after that Jaguar diamond that I did a running heart shot on. But yeah, guys, I think that personally, these are just as fun to hunt as the plains bison on Yukon Valley and Silver Ridge Peaks. Now, the map is not as flat and open, but literally they are so jam-packed on this little river system that you can make money quick. So if you are new and you're like, oh shit, I don't have any of the other DLC maps, but I really want to do this. Well, here you go, I feel like this would be a good opportunity for new players. You of course would have to get much closer and try to sneak up on them, if you are fresh and new. But these guys do make really good money. They are abundant along this river system, so you can literally stack up a bunch of cash and XP just doing this, I personally think. And honestly, if I could restart playing this game over, I would honestly hit these guys up first. As you can see, look at all that money that I am making in this footage. They are literally everywhere. Despite me missing an ass ton of them, but it is what it is. So I went into this grind because I really wanted a diamond European bison, and the Leighton Lake Lodge that you get with the base game, it only allows specific species to be hung up on each plaque. So the European bison is one of those that sits above the fireplace. So I thought, what if I kind of challenge myself and I put all diamonds in that lodge for those specific species? Now, I did not get a diamond European bison, and I still haven't. So that sucks balls, but at least I could say I got a rare one. It is what it is. So yeah, we are about to approach my little rare European bison. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of coverage when you do run these systems, but I promise you every 200-ish to 300-ish meters, there is a herd literally right next to one another. So again, good practice, good XP, good money. So this is going to be the herd that I keep wanting to say leucistic European bison, my piebald bison is sitting in. And you might have been able to see his little booty sticking out right there, but I sure didn't notice it until I got a little bit closer. And right there is when I thought it was an albino. And then I looked closer at the muzzle and I was like, oh no, this is kind of like black, grayish. This is definitely a leucistic. Now, I didn't know the rares of the European bison. I didn't think to check because, again, I was just going for a diamond. And I started kind of inching up to them because, again, the coverage was absolute ass. And I didn't want to spook them. And then, there was just like another herd right next to me, and I'm like, oh crap, man. But here in a minute, you'll see what I do, and it was just so nerve-wracking. Oh man. But yeah, so as you can see, there's a little bit of some build up there where he had all of his buddies around him, and it was just not going to be a good shot. So what I did was I decided, okay, I might have to do the turnaround trick, which is where you get your 22 out and you shoot a silent shot, and what that does is it kind of gets them to go alert, and it kind of gets them to move around a little bit. And of course, fog had to start coming out while I'm trying to not screw this up. So that's pretty much it. You do a little shot, they start to move around. Now it can go one of two ways. They can move around and give you a broadside, or this can happen. You could see him, he did not move broadside, sadly. So I don't know how I landed this shot and got a vital. As you can see here, I was like, if I'm gonna make the trip around this whole river system, we gonna make it worth it. We gonna take a couple down. And look at that, he was going down to 25%, to which I was shocked. So I said, all right then, yeah, let's do this shit. I don't know why swimming hasn't been a feature in Call of the Wild, or how a little puddle that may go up to your knees when you are on the, shallow end of these river systems. I don't know how that can drown you, but it can, so by all means, whatever, So it took me like 1,000 years to get to the other side of that river. And this is what I love about this map so much, is it can go from like summertime to like little patches of the fall season. So very, very neat. But here is my piebald European bison, which again, where, like make it make fucking sense, please. I keep wanting to say leucistic. Oh man, definitely let me know in the comments if you think this should have been considered a leucistic, because I'm really wanting to know what people's opinions on this is, because I don't know if I need to go back and learn some shit about piebalds. I don't. Oh man, my OCD is bugging me about it. But there it is. Piebald European Bison. I still would like to know where the patches are on it. That makes it a piebald, but you know, a rare's a rare. And what we'll do is I'll go ahead and give some quick details on the direction that I'm going with the Great One Fox grind. So I did see a guide from Mel's Gaming. Now it is a year old, and since then we have added feeders to the game. So what I'm gonna do is take that grind, add some feeders to tweak it, but this is going to be a dual grind for the Great One Pheasant and the Fox, all on South Sweden. So I'm kind of raising the bar. I'm gonna step it up a little bit, and I'm pretty excited to kind of challenge myself. So there we go. That's why I'm not doing a poll, so forgive me. But if you did like today's video, definitely like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.